Check, check. Check, 1, 2.
Good afternoon and welcome, parents, honored guests, and the class of 2024. This is the 69th annual commencement exercises at Wantagh High School. Please rise and join GO co-presidents Meilani Lee and Nyla Lester in our salute to the flag, followed by our national anthem led by senior conductors Jaden Diaz, Ryan Horowitz, and Melissa Lento.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce the distinguished members of our administration and honored guests. I ask that you hold your applause until I introduce all those present on our dais. The Superintendent of Wantagh Public Schools, Mr. John McNamara. The Assistant Superintendent for Business, Mr. Anthony Cedrone. The Assistant Superintendent for Pupil Personnel Services, Mr. Stephen Moran. The Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Carol Ann Winans. The Director of Human Resources, Dr. Stephanie Scolari. The President of the Wantagh Board of Education, Mr. Adam Fisher. The Vice President of the Wantagh Board of Education, Mrs. Tara Cassidy. Trustee of the Wantagh Board of Education, Mr. Anthony Greco. Trustee of the Wantagh Board of Education, Mrs. Jennifer Perfetti. Trustee of the Wantagh Board of Education, Mrs. Laura Reish. The Principal of Wantagh High School, Dr. Paul Gazzone. Assistant Principal of Wantagh High School, Mr. Nick Pappas. Assistant Principal of Wantagh High School, Dr. Christopher Widman. The Principal of Wantagh Middle School, Mr. Anthony Schiffo. Assistant Principal of Wantagh Middle School, Ms. Rachel Quadrochi. Principal of Wantagh Elementary School, Dr. Randy Bonagura. Assistant Principal of Wantagh Elementary School, Ms. Rachel Iannuzzi. The Principal of Forest Lake Elementary School, Mr. Thomas Burke. The Principal of Mandalay Elementary School, Mrs. Marie Pasicchio. The Director of Physical Education, Athletics, and Health Education, Ms. Jennifer Keene. The Director of Humanities, Mrs. Julie Rossley. The Director of Science, Mathematics, and Technology Education, Mr. Christopher Kozak. The Supervisor of Special Education, Dr. Maura LaChance. The Wantagh Scholarship Fund President, Mr. Gerald McCrink. New York State Senator and Wantagh High School class of 1987, Mr. Stephen Rhodes. And last, but certainly not least, the Wantagh High School Band, directed by Mr. Dan Avilas and Mr. Christopher Cochran. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the principal of Wantagh High School, Dr. Paul Gazzone.
Good evening, families of the class of 2024. Before addressing my seniors on this momentous occasion, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge some special people who spent countless hours making this celebration happen. I will begin with the 612 for supporting our seniors throughout their secondary career, and most recently providing the 900 water bottles for today's ceremony. In the same breath, I would also like to recognize the PTA Council, SEPTA, Sports Booster, the Performing Arts Booster, and the Wantagh Foundation for Educational Excellence for all the work they do to support our students in discovering and pursuing their passions and providing a wide range of means to help them achieve their goals and dreams. There are representatives from each of these groups here today, and I think we need to give them the credit they are owed with a nice round of applause. I also want to thank Numa's Flowers, who, in keeping with tradition, donated the beautiful floral arrangements you see here today. Thank you to Rob Lovergene and Tom Fucci, as they led our custodial and grounds crew in putting everything, essentially, that you see here together. Thank you for our administrative assistants, Patty Henderson and Matt Fetterbush, for their help in planning for this ceremony. They are truly just invaluable to our team. Thank you to Ms. Hawkroad and Ms. Pepe, our senior class advisors. They have worked tirelessly to give our seniors everything and anything they could in an effort to make up for lost opportunities in previous years. Thank you to our graduation coordinator, who also happens to be Ms. Pepe, as she spearheaded today's operation and has done so beautifully. Further, I cannot express how grateful our staff is to our families. Your patience and support are well noted. In the last 4 years together, we have worked hand in hand to ensure our students receive a top-notch education, fostered a sense of belonging, and empower them to face life's challenges with confidence. For our graduate candidates, it is truly my immense honor to stand before you today. As most of you know, the class of 2024 holds a special place in my heart, as your first official steps as Wantagh High School Warriors were also mine. As I reflect on our time together, I'm reminded of the journey marked by exceptional challenges and unique experiences that have shaped you into the resilient individuals you are today. When you first walked through the doors of Wantagh High School as freshmen, none of us could have predicted the roller coaster ride ahead. Your high school years have been anything but ordinary. You navigated through uncharted waters of the COVID-19 pandemic, adapting to virtual learning and cohort systems. We faced a partial power failure that left us somewhat in the dark. There was also the smoke from the Canadian wildfires that turned our skies orange, the rare eclipse that we experienced together. Oh, and I almost forgot about the earthquake that hit us a couple months ago, right? Like really an earthquake. Who saw that one coming? To say that we've been through a lot in our 4 years is an understatement, and I could not ask for a better group of young men and women to be by my side. I will forever be grateful to be able to call myself your principal. My message to you today was a difficult one to write, given our time together. It evolved many times from complex to sentimental to confusing and back, until I remembered the KISS rule, which I was taught by one of my mentors. And that stands for keep it simple, student. And that message to all of you is go be great. To do this, it is important to understand that greatness is not just about what you accomplish, it's about how you approach life, especially in the face of adversity, as life will undoubtedly present you with hurdles and obstacles. Your time here is evidence of that, as you face numerous challenges that have tested your strength and determination. Whether it's juggling multiple responsibilities, overcoming academic difficulties, navigating complexities of social dynamics, or figuring out how to learn during a pandemic, you have showed incredible resilience. Embrace this trait, as it will serve you well on your path to achievement and success. Being great also means that you're not afraid to step out of your comfort zone, as taking risk is essential for growth. Whether it's pursuing a passion, starting a new venture, or challenging the status quo, taking risks can lead to extraordinary rewards. Equally important is understanding that failure is part of the journey to greatness. Each setback brings valuable lessons that guide you towards success. Being great is understanding that there are no steps backwards, only steps forwards. And remember, you only truly fail when you stop working towards your goals and dreams. Additionally, never stop learning, as the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey that fuels greatness. Stay curious about the world around you and be open to perspectives that differ from yours, as they often can help you see a picture that is different than the one you are painting, or bigger, I should say, than the one that you are painting. Seek out new experiences, ask questions, and explore different vantage points, as education does not end with graduation. It is a continuous process that enriches your mind and broadens your horizons. Knowledge empowers you to make informed decisions, innovate, and lead, which brings me to my final point, leadership. Being great also means having the courage to step up when needed. However, the most impactful leaders possess the humility and wisdom to understand that the greatest leaders only step to the front when necessary, such as during times of instability, crisis, or stagnation. They understand that it's more important to lead from the middle or from behind, as this empowers those around them to achieve their full potential, creating a stronger, more cohesive team, which leads to superior outcomes. True leaders recognize that greatness is about making a difference and bringing out the best in those around them, and are not in it for the pat on the back. Or, as I told my son's team this week, great leaders about championships, not MVPs. To conclude, it is imperative that each of you understand that greatness comes from within. Nobody can make you be great. You have to want it. It is a daily challenge that needs to be accepted every time it is presented. It is not an easy task, but each of you possess the ability to answer the call, and I promise you, if you do, you won't regret it. So make us proud and go be great. With that, I have one last thing to say. And if you know the words, please feel free to join in. For the last time, as Wantagh High School Warriors, let's not forget that today is a great day to be a warrior, as we are Wantagh! All right. Thank you.
Indeed it is. Please welcome the Superintendent of Wantagh School District, Mr. John McNamara.
Good evening. It's my honor and privilege to be here to celebrate the outstanding class of 2024 and all of their achievements over the past 13 years. There is tremendous sense of pride here right now. You can see it and feel it as you look around this evening. It's palpable, and rightfully so. Everyone here is so proud of this senior class and your path to this point, as you have been an outstanding group of leaders for our school community. But there's also another undercurrent of emotion here that we should acknowledge as well. Because as much as your parents and family members are filled with pride and joy as they see you in your cap and gown at this major milestone in your life, they also have some angst. The thought of you entering adulthood, potentially heading away to school in a few weeks, and your time at home growing shorter, comes with that anxiety. So please, go easy on your parents this summer and enjoy the precious commodity of time together. Today's commencement exercises are a celebration of all this senior class has done and the incredible legacy they will leave behind. In a few short moments, you will officially move from students to alumni. And before that happens, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for tackling rigorous academic programs. Thank you for your efforts to achieve your personal academic goals and surpassing them. For the late night studying, the collaborative work you did on a project with a classmate. And thank you for the tremendous contributions you have made to our district outside the classroom as well. This group possesses great talents in so many areas. Thank you for being amazing musicians and actors that put on outstanding concerts and shows. Thank you for being talented artists that put on a fantastic art show. Thank you for representing us so proudly and bravely on our athletic fields. It has been a privilege to watch you compete. And most of all, thank you, class of 2024, for developing into great people, people that care about one another, people that show empathy to all those in need, and people that are leaving this district in a better place having gone through it. As I look out at you today, I'm filled with great hope. We're excited to watch the journey you will travel and hope that we have prepared you well for the next chapter of your life. I hope that as educators, we have provided you with the foundation needed to be successful in your chosen path. And I hope you will look back upon your years in our district fondly. I hope you'll always remember where you came from and have made friends that will last a lifetime. Wherever you go and whatever you accomplish, always remember that there are people here cheering you on. You have grown up in an outstanding community and have people here that love you and support you. When someone asks where you're from, the correct answer is not New York or Long Island or Nassau County. It is Wantagh. Look them in the eye and say it proudly, because our amazing community has your back, a community that rallies for people in need and relishes in the success of its graduates. This is a place to be proud of, and always, always remember where home is. I'll leave you with the words my grandmother shared with me at my college graduation. She passed me a handwritten note in a card, and it was an old Irish blessing. May you have enough happiness to keep you sweet, enough trials to keep you strong, enough sorrow to keep you human, enough failure to keep you humble, enough success to keep you eager, enough friends to give you comfort, enough wealth to meet your needs, and finally, enough determination to make each day a more wonderful day than the one before. You have all made Wantagh a special place for us during your time here and helped make each day better than the day before. And you have left an indelible mark on our hearts. Go out and make our district and community proud. I have no doubt you will do just that. Congratulations, class of 2024, and Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McNamara. You know, Dr. Gazzone and I just realized that as he was thanking various people who had put this wonderful day together, that we want to acknowledge one other. And if on the north side of our field is the Wantagh Fire Department, and they are here today, as they are in many of our events throughout the year, to keep us safe, and we owe them a round of applause. Thank you, guys. And now please welcome the President of the Wantagh Board of Education, Mr. Adam Fisher.
Good evening. On behalf of the Wantagh Board of Education, it is my honor to welcome the graduates, families, friends, and faculty to the Wantagh High School 2024 commencement ceremony. Let me start by extending congratulations to the graduating class of 2024. Your presence here today speaks volumes about the remarkable journey you've undertaken throughout your academic endeavors. As scholars, athletes, musicians, artists, and performers, you've showcased tremendous growth and talent. In our science labs, classrooms, athletic arenas, and on stage, you've excelled and left an indelible mark on the Wantagh community. Your myriad accolades and accomplishments over the past 13 years within our school district fill us with immense pride. I'm confident that each of you will continue to soar to even greater heights as you embark on the next exciting chapter of your lives. As many of us often do when giving speeches, we reference a quote, usually from someone famous, often a great thinker or writer. In preparing for this speech, I found myself coming back again and again to the same quote, possibly because it kept showing up on my Facebook reels. Yes, I know that makes me old. So does the fact that I used MySpace, Friendster, and Napster. Your parents know what I'm talking about. Now, this quote was not from a great mind, but rather from Ted Lasso. In the first season, in an attempt to stand up for the honor of his boss, while her ex-husband, Rupert, was publicly embarrassing her, Ted challenges Rupert to a game of darts. The wager was significant to the story, but not so much for us here today. So I'll focus more on what happened next. As Ted is losing by a significant margin, he references a quote, "Be curious, not judgmental." The direct import being that if Rupert were curious, he would have asked, "Have you played a lot of darts, Ted?" Rather than accept a challenge he believed he was sure to win based on Ted's outward appearance and demeanor. If he had, he would have discovered that Ted was a superb darts player, having played every Sunday with his father from the age 10 until 16 when his father passed away. Well, ultimately, Ted hit 3 incredible and unlikely shots to win the game. In the pursuit of understanding ourselves and the world around us, there's one virtue that stands out above all others, curiosity. Throughout history, curiosity has been the spark that ignited our quest for knowledge and was the driving force behind innovation. After you leave here today and embark on your own quests, life is sure to be interesting and at times difficult. The world has tremendous possibilities, and I know as Wantagh graduates, you're poised to take advantage of all those that come your way. Yet as you move on from these halls, you'll find the world filled with widely divergent people and places, opinions and judgments, and it can be easy to forget the profound wisdom in the simple phrase, be curious, not judgmental. We live in a time where the access to information has never been greater. At the tip of your fingers, you can search for anything or instantaneously video chat with someone on the other side of the world. It would seem that we should be able to answer almost any question, but it's usually the case that answers are elusive or tend to fall into gray areas. So what can you do? How can you take all that you've learned here in Wantagh and go out in the world to solve the big problems? What if we dared to approach the world with the same childlike wonder that fueled our curiosity growing up? What if we set aside our judgments and instead choose to ask questions, to listen deeply, and to learn from those whose perspectives differ from our own? I propose that when you leave here today, be curious. There's much outside of Wantagh to see and learn about. Meet people, listen to them, ask open-ended questions, and remind yourself of the dangers of snap judgments. Don't take everything at face value. Ask the difficult questions. Don't be judgmental and come to conclusions based on what you see on the surface. If you do, you may find yourself in Rupert's shoes. When we approach life with curiosity, we embrace the unknown. Every person we encounter has a unique story to tell, and every situation presents an opportunity for growth and discovery. I believe if you're curious, you'll be better positioned to change the world for the better. In closing, take your strength, your resolve, your big hearts, your brilliance, and your curiosity, and show the world what the best of Wantagh has to offer. Let your light shine bright and do good in the world. Congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2024.
Our next speakers are the co-presidents of the class of 2024. Nyla Lester has been a student leader since 9th grade, having been a member of GO for 4 years and co-president of GO for 2 years. Nyla is a student representative at our Board of Education meetings and has assisted and organized homecoming and spirit events all 4 years of high school. Nyla is also a member of our varsity girls lacrosse team, which recently won the Nassau County Championship. Nyla, yeah, you can applaud that. Nyla plans to study business and play lacrosse at Pace University this fall. Jacqueline Silverman, in addition to being class of 2024 co-president, she's a three-sport athlete, a member of the varsity volleyball team, the varsity bowling team, and she's all-county first singles in badminton. Jacqueline is also an awesome drummer in our wind ensemble. Jacqueline plans to study kinesiology at Louisiana State University this fall. Together, Nyla and Jacqueline have led the class of 2024 to 2 homecoming float first place finishes and are undefeated in Spirit Night, having won as sophomores, juniors, and again this year as seniors. They capped off their term with a fantastic senior prom last night. Please join me in welcoming these 2 wonderful student leaders, Nyla Lester and Jacqueline Silverman.
Good evening, everyone. Before I begin, I would like to congratulate the class of 2024 on this long-awaited achievement. I would also like to thank the faculty,
teachers, administration, and family members for their tireless effort and support on making this day a reality. Approximately 10 years ago, I experienced the most drastic change in my life. I moved to Wantagh from Queens. At first, 7-year-old me was just indifferent to the change, not quite accepting it, but not quite fighting it either. Then September came, and instead of putting on my pleated uniform skirt with the itchy tights I always hated and walking to PS 181 with my grandma, I would be driving with my mom to Forest Lake Elementary in much more comfortable clothes, but with much less feeling of security. I remember having my eyes practically glued to the car window, watching the quick flashes of the trees and big houses with white picket fences, just trying to understand the foreign feeling of everything, trying to ease the butterflies in my stomach, trying to figure out ways to convince my mom that she made a mistake. I'm sure many of you know the common phrase, Forest Lake is a feeling. It's safe to say that I was definitely feeling a lot of things on my first day. Anger, resentment, timid, and most of all, fear. I was fearful of the unknown and jolted by the immense culture shock. At 7 years old, I could only express my emotions in one way, crying. I bawled my eyes out when meeting my new teacher, when my peers introduced themselves to me, when I couldn't pick what I wanted to eat for lunch, and especially when Forrester the bear approached me with his arms spread wide, looking like he wanted to smother me. After many shed tears and 20 minutes of running around on the vast playground, my anxiety started to subside. Over the next few days, I enjoyed all that Forest Lake had to offer, taking art and music classes for the very first time, perusing the expansive library for books that would never leave my backpack, playing games on desktops in the computer lab, and trying to figure out how to answer the question, how did your skin get that tan over the summer? 7-year-old me didn't quite know how to respond, and 17-year-old me is still trying to figure it out. Little did I know, the undertones of this question would become my greatest challenge as I matriculated through the Wantagh School District. Reflecting on our last 4 years at the high school, I want to acknowledge the admirable development and growth of this class. We've become honest and unguarded with each other. After years of wandering the same hallways, going to the same places for lunch, and gossiping with the same teachers, it's extremely difficult to let go of the grasp we have on this school, and it's even harder to let go of the grasp we have on each other. It's very frightening to think about the uncertainty of what lies ahead. We're constantly trying to plan the next steps and forge the paths to our futures. However, no matter where life takes us, we'll always have a piece of each other. I know where some of you got your first jobs because we would give each other free things and hide it from our managers. I know what some of your favorite lunch spots were because we would walk into Chick-fil-A at the same time twice a week. And I was there when a few of you, unfortunately, got into your first fender benders because backup cameras could not save us from the war zone of junior parking. These last few months, I've watched you all begin to close this chapter of your life. I've made too many of your commitment edits for Instagram, heard you debate our senior prank for at least a month, and watched some of you meticulously select your future roommates based on their social media posts. Before we all leave, I want to make note of everything that you all taught me, and more importantly, what we've learned from each other. The girls lacrosse team taught me that it's okay for hard work to go unnoticed as long as you keep showing up when it matters. The class officers taught me the importance of persistence, especially when no one wanted to do spirit days. My teachers taught me to see the potential in others and support their pursuits, just as they unconditionally did for me. And the class of 2024 GroupMe taught me immeasurable amounts of patience. The biggest lesson I'm walking away with is one I've learned from every single person I've interacted with, and that's the impact of having a community. I'm beyond grateful to have served as a leader at this school in multiple facets. I can barely remember a time this year when there wasn't a microphone in my hand. I want to thank all of you who gave me a chance and trusted me to be at the forefront. It was difficult at times, but just one person's support was the motivation I needed to keep going. I want you all to be that person for someone. I would like to extend my appreciation to the staff for always being there with me well after school hours and constantly staying up to date on our extracurricular activities. Thank you to my teachers and guidance counselors for fostering an environment where I could be myself and express my thoughts without discomfort. Thank you to my classmates and teammates for making these years nothing short of memorable. Success is embedded within all of us. We each possess unique traits that earn us a spot at the table. If there's no room, then build your own table and be someone that others want to sit with. Last, I would like to thank my one-of-a-kind family. You've taught me sheer strength and resilience above all else. To the women in my family, thank you for teaching me the importance of having a voice and paving the way for me to thrive. You've made sacrifices upon sacrifices to have me standing here today, and I wouldn't want anyone else being my #1 supporters. I'm no longer that scared 7-year-old coming into Wantagh for the very first time. I'm leaving here as an encapsulation of all of you. Stay authentic in this unpredictable world, and as SZA states, promise to get a little better as you get older. Congratulations, and thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Musio. Good evening, friends, families, faculty, administration, and the Wantagh High School class of 2024. I am privileged to be here today to speak on behalf of the class. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jacqueline Silverman, and I am one of the class presidents along with Nyla Lester. Nyla and I have been a team together for 2 years, and her dedication to the class has been essential. I'm also happy to share the field with my twin brother, who is graduating with me today. We've had our disagreements over the years, but it is a certainty to say I own him in Mario Kart. Well, we finally made it. It's been a great 12 years since some of us first met in elementary school. Since then, my journey has allowed me to take many classes, be a part of the band, and play on school teams with many of you. It's surreal to reach this exciting chapter in our lives. To many people here, our first day of kindergarten feels like just yesterday. I didn't know it back then, but all I really needed to know, I learned in kindergarten. In fact, that idea actually serves as the title to a book published in 1986 by Robert Fulghum. The main idea of the book is how simple life would be if we all followed the same basic rules as children. The book establishes some simple but important lifelong values, so allow me to list a few. Lesson number 1, share everything. Note that this does not apply to senior parking juniors. However, it is important to share with others. As a class, we shared our time in school, in preparing events, and in organizing fundraisers. We made thousands of dollars with our fundraisers over the years. From long lines at Chipotle, to car washes, to candygrams, to rainy days in the snack shack, to senior variety shows featuring Wantagh's own 80 Blind. We shared a lot of time together. But we also shared in the glory of our efforts. We won the best homecoming float 2 times and placed second in another. The confetti and champagne was shared by all. Lesson number 2, play fair. Again, the only exception might be if you're knocking an underclassman out of the way and steal the bacon basketball, leading to 3 consecutive Battle of the Classes wins. Lesson number 3, clean up your own mess. We made glamorous messes of materials decorating for homecoming floats, Battle of the Classes, and proms. Essentially earning an honorary PhD in painting cardboard, the class of 2024 has amazing artists that worked on incredible decorations on our very own hallway floors. However, at this point in our lives, we're definitely better at making messes than we are at cleaning them up. But luckily, we had Mr. Rob Lovergene and his custodial crew to thank for their assistance. Cleaning up in your life is a simple responsibility that not only teaches organization, but also teaches us to be respectful of those around us. Lesson number 4, when you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. This lesson reminds me of our freshman year that was impacted by COVID. Whether it was virtual classes, secluded lunches, plastic barriers, or masks, we battled through COVID restrictions together and emerged as a class that truly cares for each other. I would like to add my own recommendation to the list. Class of 2024, lesson number 1, show up. Show up not only for the main events, like Battle of the Classes, homecoming, and proms, but for the behind-the-scenes activities, like the grueling fundraisers that made those events possible. I want to thank those of you who showed up to the car washes, the post-homecoming float cleanup, and the various sales and tedious decorating dates that made our high school experience so special. Your work did not go unnoticed. Without your immense support, we would not have been so successful. As I conclude, I would like to thank our team of supporters. Our high school administrators, Dr. Gazone, Mr. Pappas, and Dr. Woodman. I would also like to give our sincerest appreciation to our amazing class advisors, Mrs. Harklerode and Miss Pepe. They worked tirelessly to make our high school years perfect. Just one of them is a blessing, so being lucky enough to have both of them is spectacular. Their efforts truly shine through at last night's amazing prom. Also, I would like to acknowledge our dream team of class officers for their dedication and commitment to making each event a success. Now, for the other special people in our lives. I hope that everyone will join me in thanking our parents. Our parents donated money, supplies, and their time to our class. Make sure to hug your families today because they certainly helped us along our journey. And finally to you, the members of the class of 2024. Your endless contributions made our grade a champion team that not only dominated the school, but was respected. I hope everyone continues to apply the lessons I mentioned before as you move forward. But today, the one thing we unquestionably have in common, we are always and forever warriors. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Nyla and Jacqueline, for sharing your memories today and for all the contributions that you gave to our school. And now, representing the Wantagh Dollars for Scholars Fund, its president, Mr. Gerald McCrink, who will be assisted by State Senator Mr. Stephen Rhodes.
Good evening. It's my honor to be here today to present scholarships on behalf of Wantagh Dollars for Scholars. Dollars for Scholars is part of an organization known as Scholarship America, which is the nation's largest nonprofit private sector scholarship and educational support organization. I do want to mention that this organization has been presenting scholarships to Wantagh High School graduates since 1956. The funding for these awards comes principally from an annual fund drive supported most generously by our local businesses, professionals, and residents of the Wantagh community. Today, I will be awarding 17 scholarships. I will go quickly. The A&F Consulting Park Avenue Service Wantagh Inn Scholarship is awarded to Andrew Braun. There it goes. The Barone, Cuomo, Asawani Family Scholarship is awarded to Ryan Mendolia. The Fran Barton Gennaro Evento Jeffrey Lebret Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Jaden Diaz. The Adele Chicabiaudo Lillian Eastland Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Madison Smith. The Gardelia Realty Lifestyle Sports Scholarship is awarded to Nicoletta Zito. The Delapizzi Me Mondello Family Scholarship is awarded to Heather Sheraton. The John Garvey and Joan Garvey Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Sophie Vanikidotis. The Ng Family Scholarship is awarded to Stephen D'Amato. The Anne-Marie Kelly, Michael F. Kelly, Andrea Macario Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Shane Adams. The Kaplaki Family Scholarships are awarded to Katrin Abraham and Melanie Lee. The Charles Schweibert Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Ryan Horowitz. The Sandra Simpson Insurance Agency Long Island Architecture Studio Scholarship is awarded to Madeline Rose. The Coach Nate Shafroth Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Jake Mondolia. The Thomas Stone Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Madeline Hartman. The Wantagh High School Class of 1957 Scholarship is awarded to Thomas Leakey. And the Wantagh Lions Club Scholarship is awarded to Patrick Lucy. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations.
congratulations to all of our scholarship winners. We in the Wantagh faculty and administration appreciate the efforts and generosity of Mr. McCrink and the donors to the Wantagh Dollars for Scholars Fund. On behalf of our students who benefit directly from these efforts, we thank you. And now, to introduce our salutatorian, please welcome Assistant Principal of Wantagh High School, Dr. Christopher Widman. Hold on to your hats.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. It's with honor and joy that I introduce a truly remarkable individual who exemplifies the highest standards of academic excellence, leadership, and dedication. The salutatorian of the Wantagh High School Class of 24, Catherine Ibrahim. Throughout my career, I've had the privilege of introducing many salutatorians, each of them outstanding in their own right. But Catherine stands out. She is thoughtful, reflective, and kind young woman whose success is driven by deep passion for her subjects and extraordinary attention to detail. Catherine earned her place as salutatorian through an impressive array of academic achievements, tackling the most challenging courses Wantagh High School offers with determination and skill. But Catherine is far more than an exceptional scholar. She's a gifted musician, a talented artist, and a dedicated athlete. Beyond her academic and extracurricular accomplishments, Catherine finds deep fulfillment in her involvement with the church community, where she serves as a Sunday school teacher and a member of the Kashafa, or Scout group. When speaking with Catherine, she explained that her inspiration comes from her mother, whom she credits for her calm demeanor and kind nature. In preparing this speech, I spoke with many of Catherine's teachers, and one word consistently emerged: humble. One teacher shared, "Catherine goes out of her way to help people and is generally one of the best students I've ever had the privilege to teach. She is humble, despite having so much she could be proud of and boast about." Another teacher remarked, "Catherine is very humble, but her words speak volumes. Her mastery of the subject matter is unmatched. Her writing is exemplary. Her contributions to discussions are insightful and intellectual. She is wise beyond her years and will be remembered by me for many years to come." As Catherine embarks on the next chapter of her academic journey at the University of Virginia, where she will study architecture, I am reminded by a quote by its founder, Thomas Jefferson. "Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask, act. Action will delineate and define you." I have no doubt Catherine will continue to thrive, guided by her boundless curiosity, unwavering determination, and intellectual brilliance. Catherine will undoubtedly make a significant impact on the world. Here at Wantagh, we are incredibly proud of all that Catherine has achieved, and we eagerly anticipate the incredible contributions she will make in the future. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming our 2024 Wantagh High School salutatorian, Catherine Ibrahim.
Good afternoon. First and foremost, congratulations. Of course, I'd like to congratulate you all for graduating, which alone is impressive. But further than that, I'd like to congratulate you for what you've learned and experienced thus far. I think and hope I can speak for all the graduates when I say this school has provided us with tons of great opportunities and memories to be cherished forever, and many friendships and relationships that have changed us for the better. Think of some of the most important lessons you've learned during your time here. It may have been a certain school subject, sport, or skill. It may have been how to be personable and sociable, how to be a good friend, how to be confident, or how to live in the way that's best for you. Whatever they may be, let's keep those lessons with us as we move into the next step of our lives. A couple of lessons I felt I wanted to share were these. First, the importance of independence, and second, the importance of doing your best in everything you do. These lessons were inspired by a quote from Omar N. Bradley, a United States Army general. He said to set your course by the stars, not by the lights of each passing ship. When I first stumbled upon this quote, my initial interpretation was that every trend and whim of the world will get you lost. It served as a reminder to be individualistic and independent. It makes sense. If you're used to just doing what everyone around you is doing, when the time comes where they're all pursuing different goals, you won't know what to do. All the ships at sea have different destinations and therefore different paths. You need to choose your own destination and follow your own path to get there. Now that we're moving away from our high school years and given the opportunity to make our destinies, I encourage you all to take what you've learned from others and about yourselves and explore what's best for you. With the independence that comes after this ceremony, I believe it's best to use it to its fullest potential. Don't allow yourself to melt into the crowd and lose your unique spark. Instead, I ask that we refine our natural talents whilst also trying new things. By doing so, our course will be focused and clear, not randomized by each passing ship. Now I'd like to remind you of the first part of this quote. Set your course by the stars. Not only should we personalize our route, we should customize it to be the best route for us. When you decide to do something, it's imperative to do it to the best of your ability. Like it says on one of the walls of our beloved school, whatever you are, be a good one. I'm sure we've all felt the results of this in one way or another. Whether it was as a student, an athlete, an artist, a musician, a friend, or a family member, when we gave something our all is when it turned out for the best. Think back to Battle of the Classes. Though it wasn't easy, we spent hours and days making decorations, and we all made sure to be there so the best players could be on the court, securing the win. Those past 3 wins were the direct result of hard work and dedication towards something we were passionate about, and as a bonus, it made it that much more fun. I'm also sure we've all felt the adverse effects of not trying our best, like when all our grades collectively dropped this year due to the plague we call senioritis. Though my ego took a hit, it showed me how important it is to try. Another great example of this philosophy is my mom. I had to mention her as she's the embodiment of do your best. Both her words and actions are what showed me how to live in the fashion of this quote, always putting out top quality work in everything she does. Everyone she knows, her friends, co-workers, bosses, and family, respects her deeply for these actions, which is why we should all strive to do the same as we pass this milestone. So put your best foot forward at each new job, in each new relationship, and in each new activity, because if we set our course by the stars, we might just reach them. I'd like to end this by making the goal that we all stay authentic and true to ourselves. Be open to trying new things and exploring the opportunities, and striving to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. I'd like to thank the administration and all my teachers and peers for making the last 12 years so memorable and beneficial, my friends for helping me shape my personality and giving me loads of fun and love, and my family for supporting me every step of the way and teaching me all the most important lessons. This is truly a very special group of graduates here today, and I'm so lucky to have been a part of it. Once again, congratulations to the 69th graduating class, and good luck.
Thank you, Catherine. And now to introduce our valedictorian, please welcome the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Carol Ann Winans.
Good evening. Congratulations to the class of 2024 on all of your remarkable accomplishments throughout the years. Jane Goodall once said, "You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you." Our 2024 Wantagh High School valedictorian, Melanie Lee, truly embodies this sentiment. With her humility, quiet confidence, and inclusive manner, she has led from behind the scenes, touching lives with her warm heart and wisdom beyond her years. Melanie's journey is a shining example of dedication and perseverance. Her impressive array of academic, athletic, and co-curricular achievements is nothing short of inspiring. Her proudest moments come from her experiences with the Science Olympiad teams, not for the medals, but for the joy of continuous learning, problem solving, and building lasting friendships with like-minded peers. As a leader in student government, Melanie has represented her classmates with pride and passion. Speaking at monthly Board of Education meetings, she has highlighted the numerous and thoughtful community service projects initiated by our student body, showcasing her commitment to making a difference. Meilani's journey has been supported by her exceptional teachers who have pushed her out of her comfort zone, encouraged her to critically analyze the world, and helped her achieve more than she ever thought possible. Their guidance has been instrumental in shaping the remarkable individual she is today. With family roots in the islands of Hawaii, Meilani has a deep connection to nature and a profound appreciation for its beauty and services. This connection has inspired her to pursue environmental advocacy, aiming to make a difference through policy, law, or research. Embracing the spirit of Ohana, Meilani ensures that no one gets left behind and that everyone has what they need to live with joy. Her dedication to her Wantagh family will never be forgotten and will always be cherished. Graduating with an outstanding 107.838 weighted GPA, Meilani is set to attend Cornell University, where she will major in environmental and sustainability. Her future is bright, and her aspirations to advocate for the environment promise to create a lasting impact. As environmentalist John Muir wisely noted, between every two pines is a doorway to a new world. Meilani, as you step through this new doorway, may you continue to inspire and positively impact the world around you. Your Wantagh family is incredibly proud of you, and we know you will achieve great things. Please welcome Meilani Lee.
Okay. Thank you for the introduction, Ms. Winans. Hi, everyone. My name is Meilani, and I'm incredibly grateful to be standing here today as the class of 2024 valedictorian. This has been a title I have been utterly humbled to wear, for the past few months, but today it has a new meaning. Valedictorian, as translated from Latin, means to bid farewell. And as such, I wish to close today's events with a hopeful goodbye to my fellow graduates. Saying have a great summer has turned into have a great rest of your life. Though we're met with a daunting goodbye to the same halls we used to walk with friends and the lives we've led, there's something great on the other side. Looking out at all of you, I see people with endless opportunities. As in Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar, Esther, the main character, who is only slightly older than us, states, "I see my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked." Now I know what you're probably thinking. When are these speeches going to be over? No, I'm only half kidding. But many of you are probably thinking of what you're going to do next. Maybe this is exciting for you, and maybe it's anxiety-inducing. I won't stand here and pretend to know the world's secrets at 17, but I do know that life is unpredictable. With the world open to you now, you must learn to be comfortable with change. Think of where you started high school and where you are now. I'm sure nobody wants to hear the phrase, "These are unprecedented times again," but I'm sure you can recall many surprising times in your young lives. If you've ever had the privilege of being taught by Mr. Talleyrand, you've probably heard that humans are generally resistant to change. However, as many have said before me, change is one of the only constants in life. In hopes of appealing to some of the parents in the stands today, in the movie Groundhog Day, Phil Connors, who has been living the same day over and over again, says to Rita, "Something is different." She asks, "Good or bad?" Anything different is good, but this could be real good. Change is not inherently bad. A day like today is supposed to be one of the greatest days in the shadows of your high school career. So embrace the unknown in your new life, and don't be afraid to say, "I don't know yet." Learn to take comfort in the ups and the downs of life, and learn that the best of times and the worst of times are truly what make memories. Not everything is going to go your way, and it's how you react that makes you who you are. It's okay to not know exactly what you want. There's a time to act over things you truly love, and as with all matters in life and in love, you'll know when the time to act is. Work hard, of course, but you will get to where you're going with time. So be open to growth and to change, and embrace the metamorphosis of life. Hold on to your memories and take them with you through the new roads you embark on. In trying times, your character will shine through the ebbs and the flows of everything. I would like to thank you all for being here today. And as such, I would like to conclude with thank yous for the people who have helped to guide me through the surprises of life. To the staff, when Catherine and I were taking interviews in the fall, when our titles initially came out, we found ourselves saying that we had nothing but good experiences with the faculty in this building. So beyond teaching us, thank you for showing us a little bit of your world. To my friends, I truly am a reflection of your best qualities, and I've admired you every single day I had the privilege of growing up with you. Especially to the previous speakers, for always taking some of my stress and accepting it as yours. To my family, especially to my mom and my dad. Thank you for knowing when to hold my hand, but also for knowing when to let me go. I know that's been hard recently, but all of my accomplishments are always going to be yours. And finally, to my classmates. Nobody knows what will happen, but I hope you all live the happiest and most meaningful lives you could possibly have. I'm not particularly wishing premature wrinkles on anyone, but I hope you all share the same laughs as you did here. Never let that joy and that sense of community go away. So here comes the best part, where you see everyone's accomplishments adding up as more than 200 of us walk across the turf today. A huge, huge, huge congratulations to the graduating class of 2024.
Thank you, Melanie. At this time, I ask the distinguished members of our administration and Board of Education to take their places near our diplomas and medals, and I ask High School Assistant Principal Mr. Pappas, Mr. Nick Pappas, to approach the podium.
May the first row of graduates please rise. James Patrick Ackerman. Shane Helena Adams. James Matthew Ambrosino. Chris Andronopoulos. Kenneth Frank Annunziata. Dean Frederick Armstrong. Raghav Arora. Isabella Sophia Asteza. Sean Wade Bailey. Alexander Giovanni Barberio. Aiden James Barty. Vito Carmine Beretta. John Joseph Barry. Isabella Catherine Bartolucci. Olivia Grace Belling. Nicholas Matthew Benedetto. Joshua Reed Berlin. Justin Leonard Buffone. Bethany Eve Boland. Alex Richard Bonanno. Jonathan Joseph Bono. Eleftherios Voudouris. Kelsey Ann Bowden. Taylor Sage Boyle. Jack William Brady. Andrew Joseph Braun. Gianna Rose Bruno. Benjamin Wyatt Burkhart. Elena Joy Buscemi. James Patrick Byrne. Kevin Brendan Byrne. Gina Marie Canestro. Thomas Jake Carlo. Zachary James Clark. Anthony Salvador Clem. Joseph Clem. Julia Marie Cacciola. Samantha Ann Colucci. Amanda Lauren Combs. Kyle Joseph Conklin. Peter Anthony Conlin. Thomas Michael Conway. Amanda Grace Coppola. Samantha Angelina Cortez. Giuseppe Ameritalo D'Amato. Stephen Andrew D'Amato. Jack Parker Dankenbrink. Amanda Kate Deedy. Louis John DeLuca. Richard Antonio DeRupo. Frank Vincent Desiderio. Charles Joseph DiStefano. Jaden Nicholas Diaz. Nicholas Diaz. Sienna Sophia Dilio. Dominic Matthew DiMatteo. Luke Christopher D'Onofrio. Casey Lynn Escobar. Vincent Rocco Farino. Alexander Joseph Fasano. Hunter Anthony Fasano. Ryan John Ferrara. Anthony Christopher Figlozzi. Caden Angelique Fiorello. Paul Valleco Fontana. Jack Charles Friedfertig. Grace Veronica Fulton. John Stephen Garcia. Nicole Claire Garfinkel. Kendall Page Garrett. Colin Matthew Gherkin. Juliana Lola Giacometti. Thomas Wiley Gilia. Caitlin Elizabeth Gilhooly. William Arthur Greaves. Madeline Rose Hartman. John Paul Hobiel. Christopher Andrew Heisler. Sari Alana Heller. Zachary Edward Hangline. Alessandra Renee Hermes Bevins. Sean Gerard Hillhaltz. John W. Hodney. Ryan Joseph Horowitz. Catherine Albert Ibrahim. Mario Anella. Victoria Iodis. Patrick Akram Iskander. Logan William Jaramillo. Sierra Rose Kenny. Adrian Kahn. Casey Alexa Kissinger. Jessica Michaela Konecki. Emily Faith Karatki. Kevin Christopher Kramer. Sophia Faith Kranis. Mandy Samara Kraus. Thomas Louis Lagomarsino. Leonard Michael LaRosa. Rami Latif. Thomas Patrick Leak. Melani Ann Lee. Megan Helen Lee. Tiffany K.Y. Lee. Maya Teresa Lembo. Melissa Ann Lento. Lauren Emily Lurch. Anthony Dominic Lero. Nyla Kiara Lester. Megan Ann Libby. Eva Pearl Loffman. Patrick Ryan Lucy. Amelia Vincenza Lupo. Nico Maximilian Masiak. Sarah Grace Magaloff. Paige Mackenzie Martin. Jake Ryan Martini. Maggie Ann Massari. Emily Grace McGowan. Christopher Brian McNamee. Jake Rudolph Mendolia. Ryan Kate Mendolia. Joseph Salvatore Mero. Michael Joseph Mikic. Ariana Minerva. Tyler Jaden Mingozi. Brooke Irene Minogue. Kristen Lauren Mattel. Claire Rosemary Modica. Andrew Antonio Montagno. Joseph Peter Magavero. Jacqueline Elizabeth Mundy. Kayla Ann Newbert. Emma Claire Nicholas. Brandon Robert Nisanoff. Elena Shea O'Brien. Patrick Robert O'Connor. Adriana Marie Aranjes. Daniela Rose Aranges. Gabriella Diana Pangretic. Sophia Anna Pangretic. Andrew Thomas Pascucci. William Gavin Pascucci. Katrina Lynn Pastori. Courtney Elise Pavic. Sophia Grace Petrocelli. Thomas Joseph Picarillo. Sophia Maria Piergiovanni. Brendan Proctor. Gina Marie Rayano. Nicholas Benjamin Razik. Abigail Cookie Reef. Ashley Marie Rice. Rachel Emily Risland. Brian Alexander Rivera. Joseph George Robbins. Madeline Isabel Rose. Riley Ann Ross. Justin James Roth. Salomon Ryan Roth. Alex J. Rumbos. Christian Thomas Russo. Matthew Dominic Russo. Shane Anthony Russo. Gabriella Nicole Salgado. Ihan Salman. Cameron Samaru. Darren Michael Santucci. Jason Andrew Sarosi. Jack Daly Scary. Salvo Scarbanchita. Heather Elise Sheridan. Jacqueline Silverman. Matthew Silverman. Bridget Mary Smith. Madison Taylor Smith. Michelle Grace Smith. Alec Martin Spar. Hayden Michael Stein. Junaid Sumro. Jack Ryan Tate. Isabella Sophia Tereski. Justin Lewis Termine. Jonathan Foster Teets. Ryan Daniel Tanoco. James Douglas Tulo. Mia Sky Tunowitz. Sophie Rose Vanikiotis. Jesse Ty Van Orden. Ellie Grace Verone. Amy Naomi Vasquez. Jason Daniel Vega. Enrique Verilara. Tyler Joseph Williams. Caitlin Marie Wilson. William Peter Windish. Isabel Juliet Witt. Brendan Daniel Yeager. Nico Zervos. Nicoletta Zito. Isabella Aviles. Catherine Dawn Ware.
And now, to signify yourselves as graduates, you may move your tassels from right to left. And now, for the presentation and recognition of the class of 2024, please welcome once again Superintendent of Schools, Mr. John McNamara, and Board of Ed President, Mr. Adam Fisher.
It is my pleasure as Superintendent of Schools to certify to the members of the Board of Education and all present that these young men and women have successfully completed all requirements for graduation set forth by the State of New York. Mr. Fisher, I'm pleased to present to you the class of 2024 of Wantagh High School.
Thank you, Mr. McNamara. As the President of the Board of Education, and by the powers vested in me by the State of New York, I accept your presentation and hereby recognize the class of 2024 of Wantagh High School.